Tardiness in addressing you and our community. I want to thank our community who have also stood by patiently for this update from Chief Hank Stawinski. This update this afternoon is going to be given to you by our Chief Hank Stawinski. These are serious, very serious allegations, and we want our community and our parents to know that this is not anything that we take lightly. And as soon as we got the case, our detectives jumped into action, and they have been working this case, and they continue to work this case. Here is our Chief Hank Stawinski.
Good afternoon. I am indeed troubled to come to my community this afternoon to provide you with facts about a case that came to our attention less than 24 hours ago. In the early morning hours this morning, members of our Child and Vulnerable Adult Abuse Unit have charged 29-year-old Thomas Barber with 4 counts of sexual assault. Mr. Barber was fired from his employment at Bladensburg High School, and I want to thank Dr. Golson and the team over at the Prince George's County Public Schools for their unrivaled cooperation and collaboration in dealing with this very serious incident. Again, he was with Bladensburg High School, and he has been terminated as a result of these allegations. He is facing 4 charges of sexual misconduct. The victim in this is a 17-year-old young woman. It's important for my parents out there to know that Mr. Barber was associated with the volleyball program at Bladensburg High School. My detectives reliably informed me that we are not aware of any additional victims, and I don't want to cause panic. But if you are with the Bladensburg High School community, or you are a member of a school community that may have been interacting with Bladensburg with respect to volleyball, and you have concerns about Mr. Barber, we'd like to hear from you. Again, I want to reassure my parents, I'm reliably informed by my detectives that there are not additional victims in this case. But we don't want to overlook the possibility that someone else has come to harm. Mr. Barber is going to be held accountable for the instance that we're aware of, and our concern is that if there are additional instances, he's held accountable for those, and then obviously we want to be in a position in collaboration with the schools to provide services to any additional victims that may exist. Again, we don't believe there are any at this point. Dr. Golson and I have been talking over the last several hours, the early morning hours, and into this morning. She is equally concerned, and she has taken quick action to bring some sense of calm to her community and to work with us in, again, an exemplary fashion in order to deal with a very difficult set of circumstances. So with that, again, I want to reassure my parents out there. When the detectives from the Child and Vulnerable Adults Abuse Unit became aware of this, they acted swiftly. They've placed charges. He is in custody, and he is currently awaiting arraignment. I don't have any further information for you about what his bond status may be associated with those charges. So with that, I'm going to be welcoming any questions you might have.
2 incidents, 1 on and 1 off.
I'm sorry, Ms. Wilkins, say it again. My information is that this was going on for the last approximately 30 days. There are 2 separate incidents. One occurs off of campus, one occurs on campus. I'm not going to provide any more details about that than that at this point because it is still ongoing. But within the last 30 days, the events with which he's been charged occurred.
And again, involving the same student?
Involving 1 student at this point, yes.
Can you say how this came to your attention?
This was disclosed by the victim, and I'm going to leave it at that. There were additional people who became aware of these circumstances, but I have to thank, first of all, the courage of the victim and all of those who stepped forward to address this situation. Again, I know my parents find it very troubling. That's why I'm here now, and that's why Dr. Golson wanted to make it very clear how concerned she was, and that's why she took swift action to resolve this on behalf of her parents, my parents, let's just say it, our parents. It's Thomas, B-A-R-B-E-R is what I have. But again, you'll have a complete package that I'm hoping that you, my friends in the media, will be releasing so that our parents can see this individual. And again, anybody associated with the volleyball program or other volleyball programs, that's our principal concern at this point. sexual contact with a 17-year-old female on multiple occasions has resulted in 4 charges being placed, and again, he's currently being arraigned for those.
Was the victim a member of the volleyball team?
I'm not going to provide any more information about our victim. I'm being very upfront with my parents out there because of what occurred and because of the position this individual holds. I am not going to rule out the possibility that that's a forum that this person might have tried to exploit, but I want to draw a line under tried to. Again, my detectives have not given me any information that leads them to believe that there's additional victims. I don't want to cause panic. I just want my parents to have information. Dr. Goldson wants you to have information. And then if you've got those concerns, reach out.
Had he been coaching the team, the volleyball team, since his employment, like starting?
My understanding and the way I express it with respect to the volleyball program is that he has had a coaching role, but he's participated in all levels of the volleyball program, so I don't want to limit it to a particular team.
I also, too, would make sure that some of these questions really are best answered by Prince George's County Public Schools. They know that those questions are likely coming. They have sent, are sending, in the process of sending a letter home to their parents. They're issuing a statement to the community as well to let them know what they're doing on their end, the termination of the teacher, and then we are informing you what we're doing as the law enforcement arm of this. In terms of notification, I know you had asked the chief. School security notified us. She disclosed, and this all happens within 24, 36 hours. We had it, yeah, and now he's in custody.
And to that point, I have to, in addition to, again, thanking Dr. Golson, but Mr. Barry Stanton and Mr. Archie O'Neill, great partners in bringing this to a swift resolution. Anything else?
Good.
Again, my thanks to each of you for helping us carry this message forward. If there's additional information, obviously you'll see me right back out here again to give it to you. Thank you.
Thank you all.